don't have jobs, they move, or they become removed from society, even if they don't emigrate, because they don't have a title, they don't have money, and they withdraw from the social network, and even very many of them from the communities. And so, if we don't have jobs, we don't have local services and shops and post office and primary schools, everything. And from the very top of Inishowen and Donegal to the rest of Cork and Allihies, I've been travelling the country, and the story is the same. If we don't have jobs in our communities, we're going to struggle. But there's also something else that's coming back that's phenomenal. We're just chatting about the benefit that you guys have being here together, rather than having you in 20 separate units dispersed, throughout the region. Coming together is part of what's happening in Ireland now, a sense of return to community. And the business community is the same. The Chamber of Commerce is a prime example of that. The business networks that are drawn are emerging, are about supporting you guys, because you're different. As a tribe, you're different. You think differently, you take risks, you're being innovative, creative, you're looking at opportunities. Not everybody is the same, but it's also a very lonely space to be in sometimes, because you have to deal with all those risks, and not everybody understands it. And some people outside think you're mad. Potentially, maybe you are. Maybe we need more mad people. But also, there's a whole cohort of people out there who will begrudge you your success. And some will even be happy if you fail. And that's a sadness of some part of our psychology, psyche in Ireland. And so, you guys need to support each other. And that's the great thing about networks, that you give each other confidence, support throughout the difficult times. But there's also a great value in the business that you can do from each other, so that you can buy services or products from each other. You can refer business to each other, which is a real tangible benefit of the network. And thirdly, I think the most important, there's a shared learning that happens in a centre like this. Over coffee, when you have a challenge and you're talking to somebody about what did they do and how did they deal with this. And so somebody else has the solution to the problem that you have, or if they don't, they know somebody else who has in the network. So it's a huge, powerful network. Community is going to be more important now as we move on, because it really is about going back to basics. We see it everywhere. The church is challenged, politics is challenged, business is challenged. It's back to the basics. And business is back to doing things right at low cost and offering value for money, providing quality and good customer service. But in society, it's about honesty and it's about integrity. I think it's about being really of service to the people you deal with. And that's your customers. You want to be really of service to them. You're not trying to sell them something so that you can survive. If you can be of service to them truly and authentically and want to help them, they will come back to you in numbers and stay with you. And by default, you grow a business that is successful. And they will tell other people, and your business grows. So at our heart, I think we have to find what is it that we really truly want to achieve in terms of business. I also think there's a whole thing happening outside as well, and that is that we're reaching out now more and more to create an inclusive society where those who are on the margins. I meet so many people now who are struggling with stress, where there's negative equity or loss of employment, and the whole mental health of the nation is challenged. And so we need also to be not just building a new economy, but building a new society where we're compassionate for those who are struggling, whether those with mental health issues or disability or elderly, whatever it might be, those who are marginalised. And so we're going to create, I think now is the opportunity to create a new society. So rather than criticising everybody who's trying to do things, and there's such a degree of cynicism out there, and cynicism may be great and they sell newspapers and make interesting TV or radio programs, but it won't solve the problems of the country. The people who will are you guys, and that's why I salute you as heroes, and I really want to wish you well. And I know the support that's available through enterprise centres like this. I mean, this didn't happen. Somebody had to create this, and so the people who have the vision to create space like this, to create space for you guys to come together to do what you do in order to help the country, the agencies who work truly beyond the call of duty out of a passion to try for the same reason as I'm going for the presidency, because everybody wants to make a difference. And so I'm putting at the heart of my presidency a focus on enterprise. I'm putting it that I want to do now for job creation, what Mary McAleese did for the peace process.